we have some great news regarding the Hellraiser Revival video game that is coming next year. So Clive Barker, obviously the creator of the Cenobites, of the entire Hellraiser genre and the universe, and it's interesting to see that Clive Barker was only with the films, which, remember, there are 11 Hellraiser movies. He was only classed as either writer-director, writer and producer on the first two, but then Hellraiser, Hell on Earth, Bloodlines, and the recent reboot for him as an executive producer. Now, everything in between, so literally from Hellraiser Inferno or Deader, whichever one came first, I cannot remember, all the way up until Hellraiser Judgment and Revelations, he wasn't involved. That's why those films are kind of on the old, like, what has this got to do with Hellraiser? Because a lot of the other ones, they actually became Hellraiser movies, but the scripts were reworked from original horror ideas. Again, you can thank the Weinsteins for that, because they held the rights to the series, and they basically had to make a film every other year just to make sure that they kept that property. But seeing how Clive Barker now has basically gotten, not the rights back, but he's gotten the franchise now, he can go with it, he can help out with it, and seeing that these guys who are making the game, amazing. So Clive Barker was very happy with the Hellraiser Revival game. The franchise creator has been with the project the whole way through and is pleased with the end result. Clive Barker's Hellraiser Revival looks to be a true continuation of the franchise, with a fresh story, old enemies, and plenty of blood, guts, and gore for us to experience in video game form for the first time. At the Gamescom, we did wonder whether there was either the idea to reproduce the films in the video game or do a retelling of their stories. So with me for that one, straight away I was like, I really hope they don't go Texas Chainsaw, Killer Clowns from Outer Space way and just be like, oh, we're going to make an asymmetrical horror. Because that hasn't been done before, is it? But thank God they got by here, so they asked assistant game directors Alexandra and Sarden, I'm not going to say their surnames, I don't want to mess them up, about the original concept they came up with for the game at Gamescom, where they told us that there was never a plan to deviate from a fresh story in the Hellraiser universe. We knew from the start that we wanted to tell a new story in the Hellraiser universe, and we did have Clive with us from the start of the project. So, like his insight and input and his feedback, and everything was crucial for us to make the original story, but still set it in the Hellraiser world. I am looking forward to this so much. It's just like we kept a lot of original elements from the movies, but we felt like new original story makes sense, and Clive Barker worked with us on that, and he was very happy about it. He was even saying like, this is Hellraiser, so we were happy about it as well. Ugh. Just hearing that Clive Barker is like, yes, now this is Hellraiser. And, it's one of his babies. It's his universe that he created. And sadly, we have seen a lot of films from Clive Barker's this whole era of when he was doing that kind of horror in the 80s and the 90s. And sometimes he wasn't even included in any of the films or the TV shows, and a lot of them just turned out to be absolutely rubbish. But seeing now that he's back with it and he's like, yes, this is Hellraiser, that is going to make a lot of people happy. As you can see there as well, probably the best news that you can hope for when making the Hellraiser video game. If you want to hear more about why Clive Barker was excited about the Revival game and what part Pinhead plays in the game, check out the full interview below. So that's by here. I will leave this link below for you, but I just can't wait to see this. I really can't. But we do have some more by here to see, as you can see, so we're going to click on this one by here. That Clive Barker's Hellraiser Revival gameplay impressions. So, at Gamescom, they actually showed off a bit more of the game. And, yep, that's gore. That's gore of me. The horror action game has certainly gone all out with its blood, guts, and everything else. That makes Hellraiser unique. I can't wait. I really can, because we have seen some of these images before, which, as you can see, they are just absolutely mesmerizing. And I can't wait to see what type, even if we got new Cenobites, which I think we will have new Cenobites, but just seeing all of these, man, they are absolutely incredible. And I cannot wait to play this game, I really can't. But fingers crossed that we get a game that is going to be, well, we already know it's got the blood, the guts, the gore, we know it's got that part. But does it have the mythos down solid? That's what I want to know. You know, we've seen that we are going to be going into the Le Mans configuration underworld. We are going to be going into that. Because it's not really hell at the moment, because, you know, they say that in Hellbound Hellraiser 2, where it's its own space. And obviously Leviathan is their god. I just can't wait. There's going to be so many things with this. I really hope that this, if it does come out, if it's before GTA 6, because GTA 6 is just going to take over everything, and I really want this game to succeed. Same as Halloween as well, that one coming out. Maybe do Hellraiser or whatever coming out March or April, or even Halloween. Same as Halloween coming out as well around the later part of the year, because you are going to need at least 4 to 5 months after GTA 6, because GTA 6 is going to dominate every single bit of media when that game does launch. But I am so excited for Hellraiser. Let us know what you think about this down below, folks. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.